So next part of this Alchemic Mindset little series, getting more of an understanding of the law of consequence. To start with an example of law of consequence, I'm going to use the one that I used in my video on working with Lilith. Because that example shows that not even God is free from it. So, law of consequence. To start. Back when there was Adam and Lilith, because that is the original, before even Eve, and just because, honestly, just how it's written, I'm sorry, it's just so like, really? How can this not, it's just mind-blowing to me, but to continue. Adam and Lilith were made at the exact same time. Okay. Adam, being the horny guy he was, went towards Lilith and wanted her to submit to him. And as if you know Lilith well, she, nah, you down first. And she just was not submitting and not feeling it. Then Adam cried all the way to God and pretty much said along the lines of, God, she's not submitting to me. She's not letting me be on top and dominate her. Can you help me? Doesn't that sound pathetic? So here comes God and Adam again, and Lilith is just minding her business. Why aren't you submitting to him? Oh, because I don't want to. Submit to him. Or what, old man? Nah, not feeling it. You better submit. Or what? You know what? I'm not going to deal with you and your cobweb beard. I'm out. And out she went. With the law of consequence, because God and Adam weren't considerate towards Lilith's wishes, desires, and her, pretty much her existence, and not being considerate and not acknowledging her as a being like God was to Adam. Law of consequence did this. Because of their actions, Lilith went. Adam had nothing to stick it in then, all of a sudden. And Adam was all alone. Adam had nobody now. Because Lilith was just like, no. I'm not going to be treated like a piece of meat. And I'm not going to do what anybody tells me to do. Because I have a mind. I have a voice too. So law of consequence made this. Adam lost companion. Adam lost partner. Adam lost a sense of having another person like him there. Lost that. And to be even more technical, really, God lost his first creation, lost the power for it, lost the respect for it. And really, he made the first sin. Yeah. When you kind of demand someone to be raped, you're advocating rape. And if you can't say that's not a sin, there's something very wrong. Because if somebody is forcing or pushing somebody to allow to be raped against their will, I don't know about you, but I think there's something wrong with that. Just saying. I think there's a disrespect of boundary right there, and lack of consideration. That's not very a godly or, morally good thing to do. Just saying. But the idea of the concept. Law of consequence. What you do, what you choose to do, what you carry out, whatever happens afterwards, you are the cause of it. Hence, law of consequence. Consequence is never always negative. Even if you look at it, consequence is negative, you're only using half of it. You're half-assing it. Consequence is the result of an action one took. Be it good, bad, don't matter. Consequence happens every single choice you make. Like me wanting to make a video on this, law of consequence, after when this is done, goes out to people, and then they get expanded, or people watch this and they're like, I don't understand. Well, just keep watching it and listen. And how is this tying into the alchemic mindset? Is that you have to understand that if you're going towards something, and if obstacles get in your way, and how you handle those obstacles, you have to bear in mind this law is on the earth. It's not really in La La Land. Because you can have an obstacle in the modern world right now, but in your mind, you're still mentally focused on what's beyond that obstacle. And if you constantly, with repetition, say, nah, that obstacle's not in the way, but it's still there in the physical. If you stop giving it any kind of sense of existence in the physical, in the physical of your reality, after a while it's just going to, and you have to stay very stubborn with it. You have to keep believing that, nah, that isn't there. But if it is still there, you don't acknowledge it as, okay. Oh, it's getting smaller. And that's how you just go at it. Because if you just feel like, oh, I can do whatever I want, and if you're going to pull them, like the narcissical way of handling things, sorry, honey, you're not free from law of consequence either. And just for the record, and for a fun fact, narcissists are my favorite people to interact with. I mean, just saying. Because for me, nothing is more satisfying than reality checking someone. Because in this physical life, guess what, Tootsie? We're all living a physical life. We're all our unique being. And at the core of it, you're just as messed up as everybody else. There's always something wrong with someone, but there's always something good about someone. So nobody is above anybody else in that regard of like, oh, I'm God's gift to the earth. Good, you're a gift to the earth from someone who approves of rape and demands that to happen. Ain't that something good to be proud of? But nothing against people who follow that religion, because that's not the point of this video. Because people are allowed to believe what they want to believe in. But now if they come towards someone and saying, oh, you need to repent and turn to Christ or whatnot. No, I don't. How come you're disrespecting my boundary? I'm respecting yours. Don't cross mine. I don't do that. I don't cross people's boundaries. Because what good is it going to do me to violate someone like that? Oh, wait. Nothing. Nah, not doing it. If it doesn't make sense to me, logically, and if it isn't mindful, nah, I'm not feeling it. So, if this needs a little bit more clarification, because really, it doesn't get any more simple as if you're wanting to carry out A, you're going to get B or C, or any other alphabet letters. It's just choice, and what follows is your doing and your consequence. And regardless of how much you want it or don't want it, you don't get a choice. Consequence is like Now what? It doesn't care how you feel, react, or anything like that. All it knows is, okay, you did that, this is what happened. Now what? Okay, you're going to go about it like this, now there's this. It's ever unfolding. You cannot believe that there's no result of something. Be it as minuscule or large scale, there's always a result of something. Be it beneficial, malefic, unnecessary, necessary, there's always consequence to every action that's done. So, next video, I'm actually going to start going on into how to let's actually start getting into more occult ways of using the mindset. For example, why don't we get into like some more of the, this probably might be like very looked down on, like saying, oh, you can't believe you're going to tell people how to do that with this. Well, it's there, and nobody's talking about it, so why don't we talk about it? Because there's absolutely nothing wrong with expansion of self, because if you're wanting to restrict people from bettering themselves, that's not good. I'm just saying.